Hi, welcome to my new website. I hope that you will enjoy the experience of being on my new website, and that I'm here to tell you a bit about myself as a photographer. I started some years ago taking pictures when I was fishing, really. I spent thousands of hours on the lakes around the country as a carp angler and also a match fisherman, and it was always intriguing to me, the nature and the different skies that we had and the different weather patterns, both here in the UK and abroad. And it got me really interested that I used to take a camera with me quite a lot, but I wasn't doing it as a profession at that time. But I was really interested in some of the morning skies, because some of the morning skies, they were so beautiful. And so I started taking a camera and taking some pictures, and that's what really started me off with photography. It's taken me some years later to really get to grips with being a professional photographer, gaining qualifications and getting the equipment that I have for the photography, and also being able to travel to the places that I want to go and that I have been. I've had a lot of experience in the Philippines, also in Taiwan, America, Australia. I've also been to, and I used to live in Malaysia, also in Singapore, and those kind of places. So it's always given me a good stead for the career that I wanted to pursue, that I should have pursued, I suppose, many years ago. I became more interested in taking landscape pictures and culture pictures, because I thought the subjects were very interesting, and some of the different countries and the different locations, it's quite surprising the diversity of the different landscapes around the world, which also interests me as well. And there are some beautiful places in the northeast of Taiwan, which also that I've been to, and that I wanted to share some of those experiences with you today, visiting this photography website, and that I hope that I can interest you in employing me as your photographer for your different products or your requirements for your company, to photograph your locations or even your buildings or something like that. And maybe I might be able to interest you in also some of my wall art for your office and buildings. But my main aim was to give some idea of me as the person behind the camera. And I thought it was quite a good idea that actually my wife gave me. So I'd like to share some of the experiences that I've had. For instance, this picture here is actually taken in the Philippines, and it was after a storm had crossed over and just before the evening sky, and it became so red. I took quite a few pictures of it, but lucky enough for me there was a boat crossing at the time, so that gives it some good composition. I love the colours and the evening sky there, it's so beautiful. I've had the same kind of experiences also in Taiwan. Some of the waterfalls also that I've shot. Here is one. A very nice, beautiful waterfall. It's also in the Philippines, in the clear blue water, and as you can see by the picture, it's actually the blue is really prominent in the picture, and it's a fantastic waterfall. In Taiwan, I was out in a typhoon, believe it or not, and it was really raining, and it was quite a dangerous time to be taking any pictures anywhere. But I pursued in going to take this picture of a waterfall that I was really fascinated in, and it was quite a climb down to the actual waterfall itself. This beautiful picture. As you can see, it's very beautiful. I just love waterfalls. I don't know why, but not one waterfall is the same. The same as the sky in the morning in the UK or anywhere else that I've been to is not the same. I've also had some of my pictures in the paper before. This particular picture was actually when I was on a fishing trip, and I actually caught the largest fish of the season on one of the charter boats in Dorset. Yeah, I've had a few experiences fishing in my life, and that's being from trout fishing, salmon fishing, carp fishing, match fishing, and all sorts of other fishing actually. And it's been a great experience throughout the 54 years of my life, when I started fishing when I was about 2 years old. And that also gave me some idea of landscape and the different cultures and different people that I've met in different locations when I've been fishing. And it's so beautiful to share experiences with other people, and that's why I like to share these experiences with yourself. I've also been a very fanatic diver. I'm actually at BSAC diver, British Sub-Aqua Club diver, for a number of years. At the level of dive leader. I've dived quite a lot in Egypt, around the Sinai area, and the Ras Mohammed and all those kind of places. And I even spent the millennium on the top of the Sinai mountain, which also was a fantastic experience. I've also travelled quite a lot in the desert to some remote areas, and it's been a great experience. And anybody who's interested in diving, I would fully recommend that you would go to Egypt. I've also dived in America. I've dived in Egypt, America, as I say. I dived in Australia. I dived something like 2,000 kilometres to the Barrier Reef. I've travelled from Brisbane to Cairns. I've also dived quite a lot in the Philippines as well. I haven't had an opportunity really to dive in Taiwan, but I hope maybe in the near future that could happen. But I also have experience in underwater photography as well. I can't say that I'm one of the best in the world or that I'm fantastic at it. It's quite a skillful requirement. But I have taken quite a few pictures, which has also helped me in my photography as well. I've been to places like the Whitsunday Islands, also in Australia. There's one picture from Australia. And here's another. And here's another. As for my fishing experiences, I've been an angler for about as long as I can remember. Since I was 2 years old actually, I started fishing. But as I got older, I started to venture out and targeted specific fish. And I used to fish in Oxford quite a lot, and some of the syndicate waters, and also some of the leisure sport complexes. And these are some of the fish that I'd actually caught. This fully scaled mirror, beautiful fish. This common carp. And this other mirror. I had all those fish actually in about 2 weeks, and that I spent thousands of hours on lakes, which made me even more interested in photography, landscape, and also the night sky, which is something else that I wanted to talk to you about. I've also become quite fanatical on the time-lapse, so also now I'm doing time-lapse. So if you're interested in anything like that, please send me your inquiry. I'm really interested in shooting the night sky and some of the different things you can see through shooting the night sky and creating a time-lapse. And it's quite a technical thing to be doing actually, and I quite enjoy it. It's very different to the natural still photography. And so I've made my own dolly, I've made my own track, and I try to use it as much as I can. Obviously weather permitting in the UK. I also like lightning, and I try to shoot lightning as and when I can in the UK. I've had quite a few of my images on the BBC, especially on BBC Points West, which I'm very grateful for. I'm always grateful to the BBC for their involvement in my photography, and I've also been chosen as one of the tourist area photographers around North Somerset, especially for the Wales tourism. You can visit their website and you'll probably see some of my images there too. Throughout the process of my photography, I became interested in actually contributing some of the finances towards helping poor people. And this is just one of many poor people that I know, and they are in the Philippines. So if you're interested in purchasing any of my images, a percentage of my income goes towards helping those families in the Philippines. They're a very poor country, their wages are not very good, and I just thought it was something I could do to pay back to society myself. Well, the next video that you will see will be in Chinese, and courtesy of my wife. Is also from Taiwan, that I met also through my photography, and it's been a great experience also with her, and I wouldn't change it for anything else. So my name is Troy Pointer for troypointerphotography.com. If I can interest you as a company in hiring me as your photographer anywhere in the world, I'm willing to travel there to take the pictures that you need for your company. If you're interested in any of my wall art, please contact me through the contact boxes in the website, or you can just browse as much as you like and pick whichever image you like and order it if you wish to. Other than that, we have a download section which hopefully will be up and running very shortly. Keep an eye on that. You can contact me in Twitter at Troy's Pictures, or you can contact Troy in Facebook. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and that you'd be interested in my services. Thanks very much for this video, and have a good day. Thanks.
大家好，我叫尚，我从台湾来。那我目前在英国住了有7年左右。 那我现在所在的地方在英国的西南边，靠近 Bristol 这个城市。那我知道很多朋友到英国来旅游，大概第一会去的地方就是伦敦城市。那我其实想邀请朋友，就是说来英国不妨走出城市，因为英国的乡村景色真的非常的美丽，瀑布、日出日落，充满了丰富的色彩。我相信你从这个网站上面的照片，从Troy的照片上面可以看到多么的漂亮。那在此想要邀请喜欢摄影的朋友，或是喜欢旅游的朋友，来到英国玩的时候，不妨考虑就是走出城市，就是往乡村走。那当然，如果说有需要我们的协助，比如说到某些特定的地点。那我希望我们的带路的话，希望我们的服务的话，都欢迎您。你只要在我们的网站上面留言，不管英文或是中文都可以。那就这样，谢谢，拜拜。